January 6, 2021.
What's this one?
That's unleashing American energy, sir. It relates to easing permitting.
100 days. That's how long Donald Trump has been back in the Oval Office. And in just over 3 months, he has managed to shake up Washington, rewrite US foreign policy, and send ripples through global markets. This isn't just a continuation of Trump's first term, it's a whole new ballgame. Love him or hate him, his second stint as president is bold, controversial, and unpredictable. So, what exactly has happened in these 100 days? Let's break down the 10 most defining and unforgettable moments of Trump's second term.
Underlies a lot of the modern DEI and CRT that we have.
Trump hit the ground sprinting. On his very first day back, he signed a staggering 26 executive orders. These weren't symbolic. They included pulling the US out of the World Health Organization once again, and perhaps more controversially, granting pardons to rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021. With these actions, Trump sent a clear message. This term would be unapologetically Trumpian. At a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump proposed a shocking idea: relocating Palestinians out of the war-torn Gaza Strip. He envisioned Gaza becoming the Riviera of the Middle East, under US control and redevelopment. The international backlash was swift. Many saw it as a push for ethnic cleansing. Trump's aspiration for removal triggered condemnation across the globe. A surreal scene unfolded in the Oval Office. Donald Trump, flanked by Elon Musk and his son X, addressing the press. Musk was speaking in his role as head of the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Critics raised alarms over transparency and conflict of interest, but in true Trump style, the administration brushed off the concerns. In a move that stunned Washington and Europe, Trump ended years of diplomatic isolation with Vladimir Putin. It began with a 90-minute call, followed by multiple bilateral meetings, all without involving European allies. The warming ties led to 2 prisoner swaps, but raised serious questions. Was Trump reviving diplomacy or undermining global consensus? Vice President J.D. Vance took a blunt tone at the Munich Security Conference. He scolded European leaders for stifling free speech, not spending enough on defense, and adopting lax immigration policies. His remarks, echoed by Trump later, signaled a clear break from traditional US support for Europe. In a public and tense meeting, Ukrainian President Zelensky was verbally reprimanded by Trump and Vance. They accused them of not showing enough gratitude for US aid. The Democratic opposition fired back. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posted, "Trump and Vance are doing Putin's dirty work." Several top US universities, including Columbia and Harvard, faced harsh penalties from the Trump administration. The reason? Allowing what the administration called anti-Semitic protests against Israel's war in Gaza. Columbia lost $400 million in federal grants. Harvard had $2.2 billion frozen and now faces the threat of losing its non-profit status. Over 200 suspected gang members were expelled to a jail in El Salvador using a wartime law. The move has sparked legal battles, with courts issuing a stay order, but the Trump administration refused to comply. Now, a federal judge has said there may be probable cause to hold the administration in contempt of court. Yes, Trump is still eyeing Greenland. In December, he said the US needs it and refused to rule out force. Just days before Vice President Vance was to visit, Trump doubled down. The Vances ended up avoiding Greenlandic officials altogether. Their trip was limited to the US military base there. On April 2nd, Trump announced sweeping tariffs against countries he accused of exploiting the US. Markets reeled, gold prices shot up, and the dollar weakened. A week later, Trump eased most tariffs to 10% for 90 days, but not for China. Chinese imports were slammed with up to 145% tariffs, sending shockwaves through global trade. In just 100 days, Donald Trump has redrawn battle lines domestically and internationally. Supporters see a leader who is decisive and bold. Critics see an unpredictable president pushing legal and diplomatic boundaries. What happens next is anyone's guess.
Execute
That I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States